Good morning, all. After a tea break, I welcome you all for the session 2 of today's conference. I'm very happy to introduce our chief guest of the second session, Dr. Ilango. He's a Group Technical Manager, Engineering and R&D Services, HCL Technology. I welcome you, sir. I'm very much proud to introduce about himself. Dr. Ilango, he qualified with PhD in Machine Learning from National Institute of Technology, Tiruchirappalli, India. He began his career as an academician and worked in various renowned institutions, Madurai Kamarajar University, Tyagaraja School of Management, VIT, and PhD ITech for more than 30 years. He produced 6 PhD scholars, and one of his scholars was awarded the best thesis for the year 2015 by CSI. He published 78 research papers in various international conferences in his research area. He has been consulting IT industries, providing analytics and decision science solutions, and mentoring IT startups. Following a short stint at the Academic and Research Institute, PhD ITech, Dr. Ilango joined the IT industry in August 2021 and lead the product development teams as now. He is passionate about building teams with energetic and enthusiastic people. Once again, I welcome you, sir. Now the session is yours.
Thank you, ma'am. Now we welcome our chief guest, Dr. P. Ilango, Group Technical Manager at HCL Technologies, Chennai, to enlighten us with his keynote address on building machine line pipeline challenges.
various real-life problems, developed small modules and supported, and finally sold out all these things. Made it as a consultancy during my teaching career. And those experiences gave me an idea of taking some challenges to solve, make it as research outcome, and publish it as a recognized document moving forward. That motivated me to take up a PhD degree. And with that experience, I appeared for the interview and got it selected, moved on to my PhD, completed, then started continuing that in my throughout career. By that time, I used to utilize my students to develop those modules. That's the reason I feel happy to interact with you all. First declaration, I would like to say that we are really hunting for the people who are good in machine learning. People who are all appearing for our job descriptions, on seeing the resumes, sometimes we got impressed, but during the first level interview itself, we really feel that they are unable to understand our question, or they are unable to give their conceptual understanding on the machine learning part. So this, we all of us should take it into our mind and try to understand the things conceptually very strong. That will only help you to exhibit your ability during the recruitment process. So I take this opportunity to create some spark among all of you to take this machine learning as one of the interesting area for you and start working on it. Definitely within this 45 to 50 minutes, I won't be able to give you much information or made you to become a ML engineer, but I can create a spark among you, right? So I'll just give you this an idea, right? What do you mean by enterprise IT? In very olden days, when we try to identify a business, we see some activity which is all being done manually, which is time consuming, not effective, even costly, so we try to automate. Those things have been happening in every industry and made a complete product, support, services for the entire industry activities. This is called enterprise IT. When you thought about your database, that should be an enterprise database, right? The database for the entire enterprise. So this enterprise IT means that it has got collection of databases which are all collected over all possible activities on the entire enterprise on different functionalities recorded over the period of time. It's going on. Note the point, it's going on. We call these databases as OLTP databases, online transaction processing databases. Try to be with me just for 45 minutes, right? Mentally, you should be with me. I'll be very slow. My objective is to not give much information, give little information with clear understanding, right? So we call this OLTP databases, and we use that for an enterprise. This is what we have been doing it. We refer this also. This Johnson & Johnson is a major enterprise which has got various third-party vendors. I'll show you this. Right? This enterprise architecture comprises of multiple applications, databases, third-party vendors, then opcos. These are all collectively working in the enterprise in the back end with the EDP department or systems department who will be supporting the entire enterprise operations, right? So let's come into the final thing. This enterprise IT sector needs to work with disparate systems, services, and databases to meet various business challenges. What do you mean by that? To meet various business challenges. What I'm trying to say here is all the industries who has IT support department are very happily running that. In olden days only we had a lot of problems. Network connectivity issue, or your service is not working in the issue, or your billing is not properly generated, or it is not properly updated. your communication is not being sent to your correct address. These are all the issues you would have faced earlier, like your banking activity. But nowadays, systems are working very fine. Right? To that extent, we are matured. We have good people, good team. We are able to develop and support. It's being run properly. But still, this business enterprise is having a lot of business challenges. What are those challenges? There only our ML engineer starts thinking. When all your current planned operations are smoothly running, we are all happy for day-by-day activities. We don't have any stress. But the business development team or your boss or the next level leaders will be worrying about taking your business to the next level to generate business level income. Unless they bring the income to the industry, you people cannot survive. People who are all working in the industry cannot survive. So the responsibility here is to identify something beyond this OLTP databases, which is not supported in the OLTP databases. What is not supported? We'll discuss. Right? So we'll take these questions. When you answer these questions, you will understand the existing OLTP databases environment is not fully supportive enough for the business challenge. I said some business challenges word. Keep it in your mind. If you are able to solve these business challenges, then you're hired. Right? Just try to answer this. Right? Before this first question, I would like to put that's prerequisite question. Assume that you are a IT employee. You are given an opportunity to design a database for that company or enterprise. How many database you will design? Maybe for this campus, your team, 10 members of this group have been given a responsibility to build database. How many database will you build? All of you would have completed DBMS, no? Clear. Database management system? You studied? Is it? Right. You have the basic idea. You know what is the database and all, right? With that assumption, I am putting this question. So how many database you would suggest to build your team? You can be interactive. Then we won't sleep. How many database? Little. Be louder. Based on the requirements. Okay. You assume some requirements and tell me how many databases you will. If you say 1, what is the requirement? For this requirement, if it is 1. For this requirement, it is 2. Like that, you may have some justification. What is that? Okay, I'll put questions like 1 database, 2 database. So if you say based on the requirements, so based on the requirements, it will be 2 or 3 or 4. Is it? Am I right? Our assumption is absolutely wrong. If you are keeping multiple databases, you will face a lot of troubles. Right? Let us not go into that because that may consume a lot of time. The issues will be, you won't be able to update properly in all databases if you maintain multiple databases. You won't be able to provide appropriate security measures. You won't be able to maintain appropriate locking mechanism for executing any transaction which are all involving more than one database of your own same industry. So we conclude, for an enterprise, logically, we need to build only one database. It can be multiple in storage due to the lack of storage capacity or some other reasons. Logically, we are constructing only one database, right? That is our first conclusion, right? Now you try to answer this. In the recent Amazon, have anybody read this? Anybody read this issue? Most of you are appearing for hackathons. It was actually displayed in Economic Times. Anybody read 4 days? Okay. In fact, we have taken this as one of the challenge. Recent Amazon Great Indian Sale, 23% of City Corp customers could not get their cashback as it was announced. Normally we do like that, no? Whenever we try to purchase anything, we see the possible offers. Immediate cashback, discount, cash discount, something. We check all possibilities, right? For which bank, for which credit card, you have best offer. We check all possible combination. And finally, we choose that and purchase. If you're trying to purchase an iPhone, you see, is there any no-cost EMI? Is there any immediate discount? Is there any cashback? Many things we check. And finally, you see whatever the card you have, whatever offers available, you select the best one, go for it. One of the offer assume, Citibank has announced that this transaction happening between these dates, eligible for cashback, 10% cashback. That only is the issue, right? Eligible cashback. So, all of us having Citibank customers, we use that, completed, but next month, we check the statement whether the cashback is credited back. It's not credited for some people. For me, it is not credited. For you people, it is credited. Similar way, out of 100 transaction, 23% of the people, 23 people, out of 100, 23 people did not get their cashback. This is the issue. Right. Why is it happened? What is the solution? If you are able to answer this, it means that you are clear in database concepts. Right? You try to answer. Why is it happened? Can anyone tell me why is it happened? Data? Instead of data? Do you, any remote mic? Or can pass it on to them? Is there? So due to the traffic, do you mean to say that you did not get the cashback? Then obviously that if the server is not capable of handling this much of transaction, my transaction would not have been completed. Leah? No, அது முடியலன்னா என்னோட transaction should have been failed. இல்லையா? சர்வர் ஃபுல்லா எக்ஸிக்யூட் பண்ண முடியல அப்படின்னா என்னோட transaction should be failed. அது எக்ஸிக்யூட் ஆயிடுச்சு. Successfully executed. I am eligible for the cashback also, but I did not get. Whereas நீ பண்ணிருக்க. இல்லையா? You got the offer and your cashback is also credited. உனக்கு கிரெடிட் ஆயிடுச்சு. நான் உனக்கு கால் பண்ணுறேன், உனக்கு கிரெடிட் ஆச்சுன்னு கேட்குறேன், உனக்கு ஆயிடுச்சின்னு சொல்கிறேன், என்னோட ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட் பார்க்குறேன், எனக்கு ஆகலை. உன் ஃப்ரெண்டுகிட்ட நீ கேட்குற, அவருக்கு ஆயிடுச்சு. இன்னொரு ஃப்ரெண்டுகிட்ட கேட்குறேன், அவருக்கு ஆகலை. அப்போ நீ திருப்பி எனக்கு கால் பண்ணுற, இன்னொருத்தருக்கு கேட்டேன் ஆயிருக்கு, இன்னொருத்தருக்கு ஆகலை. இதுதான் சுச்சுவேஷன். ஆனால் யாராருக்கெல்லாம் ஆயிடுக்கு, யாராருக்கும் ஆகலைன்னு கேட்கும்போது மட்டும்தான் தெரியுது. ஸோ அடுத்து நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுவோம்? ஐம் சென்டிங் த மெயில் to the customer care, saying that as per the terms and conditions of your transaction, I am supposed to get cashback, but it is not credited. Kindly look into the transaction and provide the cashback at the earliest possible. No mail கொடுக்குறேன். அதே மாதிரி உன்னோட ஃப்ரெண்ட் இன்னொரு பையன், அவருக்கு ஆகலை, அவரும் மெயில் கொடுப்பார். இன்னொரு ஃப்ரெண்டுக்கு ஆனதா ஆகலையான்னு தெரியல, அவர் பார்க்கவே இல்லை, டிரான்சாக்ஷன் பே பண்ணிடுறாரு, மறந்துடுறாரு. இன்னொரு ஃப்ரெண்டுக்கு ஆகலை, அவருக்கு எப்படி மெயில் அனுப்புறதுன்னு தெரியல, விட்டுட்டார். இப்போ எப்படி இதை சால்வ் பண்ணலாம்? வேர் இஸ் த எரர்? ஹவு டு வி ரிசால்வ் திஸ்? ஒன்ஸ் வி ரிசீவ் த மெயில், இப்போ வந்து யூ ஜஸ்ட் இமேஜின் தட் யூ ஆர் சிட்டிங் இன் அமேசான் பேக் அண்ட் அண்ட் we are getting some mails. இந்த மாதிரி some mails we are receiving. This is a situation. Now we need to, once we receive any failure issues mail, it will be automatically rerouted to the database designer. அங்கே போயிடும், right? அங்கே போயிடுச்சு. You need to fix the error. You need to fix the error. எப்போ பண்ணணும்? இமிடியேட்டாக பண்ணணும், ரைட்? எப்படி எரரை ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணலாம்? அந்த உடனே அந்த மெயில் அனுப்பினவர் மட்டும், நான் மெயில் அனுப்பியிருக்கேன், ஸோ அதை மட்டும் பார்க்குறேன், எஸ் இவருக்கு கொடுக்கணும், மேனுவலாக கொடுத்துடுறது கிடையாது. ஐடியில் அந்த மாதிரி மேனுவலாக கேஸ் பை கேஸ் பார்த்து ரிசால்வ் பண்ண முடியாது. We are expecting the solution. So where is the error? Before you derive the solution, you must be very clear on what is the problem. Where is the problem? Where is the problem? அதான் இப்போ எனக்கு கேட்குறேன். So your traffic issue is not the correct cause for this failure. Clear? வேற என்ன ரீசனாக இருக்கும்? All of you should think everyone is capable of answering this question. I am very sure. Those who are not attempting is not saleable in the market. No use of doing this course. Try to take it into your mind. You are spending 3 years, valuable years of your age in this study. Try to understand. All of you should try. What is the error? Where is it happening? Why is this happening? No, இது சொன்னா டெஃபினட்டாக உங்களுக்கு பிளேஸ்மெண்ட் ஆகும். I will recommend personally. If you give me answer and solution, definitely I will ensure that you are getting placed. At least give me a clue where it is, why has it happened? Again, I explain you. 100 transactions, 77 transactions got successful cashback. 23 transactions cashback varla. All 100 transactions are eligible, right? And இந்த 23% வரலன்றது உங்களுக்கு தெரியாது, கஸ்டமர்ஸுக்கு தெரியாது. Once we receive the mail, we usually see that it's a general error. நாங்கள் வந்து கஸ்டமர் எக்ஸுக்கு இந்த ப்ராப்ளம்ன்றது பார்க்க மாட்டோம். The solution director will approve only when it is logical design resolution. We have a position called a senior solution director. Finally, he has to approve, right? The lowest most person is a solution analyst. He should give a clear idea of why it happened and what is the solution, and that will be reviewed in 3 levels. Finally, senior solution director will approve. That will be implemented in the design. Then the issue will be resolved. This is a process in the industry. So the solution analyst irukar illaya, adu vandu neenga, you will be sitting in the back end, you will be receiving this mail. Once seeing this mail, ஒரு மெயில் வருது, இன்னொரு மெயில் வருது, இன்னொரு மெயில் வருது, வந்துக்கிட்டே இருக்கு. உங்களுக்கு வர்றவங்க எல்லாருக்கும் பண்ணுறது சொல்யூஷன் இல்லை. வந்துக்கிட்டு இருக்க மெயிலெல்லாம் வச்சு நீங்கள் என்ன பண்ணணும்னா, எத்தனை பேருக்கு வந்திருக்காது அப்படின்னு யூ ஷுட் ஐடென்டிஃபை. ஸோ வென் யூ ட்ரை டு ஐடென்டிஃபை, வாட் யூ டூ? யூ ஆர் செக்கிங் ஆல் பீப்புள் ஹூ மேட் அ டிரான்சாக்ஷன் ஆன் த டே வித் எலிஜிபிலிட்டி. தென் யூ ஆர் அகெயின் செக்கிங் who are all got the cash offer, who are all not got it. இதெல்லாம் நீங்களே பார்த்துடுறீங்க. Then you are giving these statistics. Totally this number of transaction got successful cashback. This number of transaction could not get. As for the percentage, 77% successful, 23% could not get. But 23 people are eligible to get the cashback. This is the problem. Description. Now you need to give the solution. இப்போ நான் ரொம்ப கிளியராக சொல்லிட்டேன். ஸோ யூ நீட் டு கிவ் த சொல்யூஷன். வேர் இஸ் த எரர்? ஏன் இந்த cashback 23% மட்டும் போகல. போகலன்னா எல்லாருக்கும் போயிருக்க கூடாது. 77க்கு போயிடுச்சு. Remaining 23 போகல. Where is the error? I think let us not take much time because we are in shortage. So you hope you know about multiple tables, no? Table structure எப்படி இருக்கணும்? Should be as minimum as possible when you are decomposing. இல்லையா? What is the tool use for that? எப்படி decompose பண்ணுவீங்க? எது யூஸ் பண்ணி decompose பண்ணுவீங்க? Normalization. I would have done it. In the database design, you use a topic called normalization. Using that, you will decompose. And finally, the table structure should be as smaller as possible. And we have some norms. First normal form, second normal form, third normal form, fourth normal form, fifth normal form, sixth normal form, domain key normal form, joint key normal form. The JKNF will help you to resolve this issue. Joint key normal form has not been checked properly during the design of this database. Hence, when the data is being taken from multiple tables, some of the customer records have been left out. Some other customer's records have been taken into consideration for cashback. We call this as lossy join. Right? Anyway, take this as a brief information from me and go on deeply try to understand. Right. So given the data of 100,000 names, which persons are likely to default their credit card? I was telling you, no, we are all matured in the development of IT services. Now we need something more than that. And I gave a line called business challenge. This is one of the business challenge. You should be able to tell us, these are all the people who are likely to default their credit card payment. Adu sollonu. If you don't tell that, it is only the MIS report. If we tell this, it becomes an intelligent report. It becomes an intelligent report. How do we derive this? I'm giving you 100,000 records. I'm giving you 100,000 records of the customers, their own past transaction history, I'm giving you. But I'm asking you to tell me who all the customers are likely to default their credit card. யாரெல்லாம் பே பண்ண மாட்டாங்க? That I want to know. Give me. How do you give it? How do we do that? Are you clear about my question? I'm giving you 100,000 transactions, asking you to tell me who are all the customers will not be repaying it properly. That's the default. Yeah, how do we do that? How do we identify? At least a logic. Give me a logic so that I can link with ML, machine learning. Unless we are clear about ML concept, we won't be able to build a machine learning model. I was telling you, industry is shortage of real ML engineers. We don't find good ML engineers. But you're very clear in this, there is a great value in the market. Right? I'll tell you. This 100,000 records are given to you. You need to identify some logic behind the regular repayment customers and some of the people who are not properly paying it back. You need to identify some logic about those people also. Then you should say, these are the people are likely to be default. Clear? That is, the people who are all properly repaying has some trend, pattern. Not the word, pattern. This pattern we identified. So if your transaction, if your record is falling in that particular pattern, you are promptly payable customer. If other person record is not falling there, he is not properly paying customer. This is the way we need to bring out the people who are likely to be default, right? For that, how do we do that? Using ML. Because you are giving historical information, you are being given historical information, asking you to understand the logic behind the different groups or patterns available in the set of transaction given to you. Once you understood the logic behind the different patterns, formulate it as a rules, keep it in the rule base, and try to classify as per the transaction into the appropriate class. This is what we do in the ML. Anyway, we conclude here, this question can be resolved with the help of application of effective machine learning algorithm. Clear? Then second one, which type of transactions are likely to be fraudulent given the demographic information of the history of the particular customer? This is what we have discussed. And the third one, if I raise the price of my product by ₹2, what is the effect on my return on investment? What is the effect on my return on investment? If we don't say all these things to the top level product development company, we won't be sellable. Writing the code alone will not help you. You need to acquire relevant information to support your functional capability. Clear? Mere coding mattum will not help you. So you have to tell me now that you need to justify. If we are offering this ₹2 hike, what will be the impact on my return on investment? How do we do that? Then, if I offer 2,500 airline miles as an incentive to purchase rather than 5,000, how many lost responses will result? I think some of you, those who have Citibank credit card, may be experiencing this issue now. If you have that particular credit card, Citibank has been purchased. Citibank credit card unit have been purchased by Access Bank Group. They are now reducing various offers, restructuring the offers, right? So in fact, many of the Citibank customers now, they are not using the Citibank cards. They started using other bank credit cards. This is a cause by which business will be moving from one direction to other direction, right? When you visit various malls, you can see the offers for HDFC many times, SBI card many times, Axis Bank many times. Similar way, if the offers are getting changed, business movement also will be there. Similar way, instead of giving 5,000 airline mile when I purchase a air ticket, if I am given 2,500 alone, how many customers will move from me to other bank? How many customers will move from me to other bank? How do we predict and give? That is possible with the help of application of machine learning algorithm. Then the last one, if I am emphasizing ease of use product as opposed to the technical capability, what will be the net effect on my revenue? What do you mean by that? Sometimes we feel comfortable in using our operations rather than the effectiveness of the technical parameters. If I encourage that, what is the impact on my revenue? With the help of your ML, it is possible, right? Then some more things, let us not go one by one very detailed. Call log analysis to support mobile operator. Might be knowing much with the interesting examples if you read in business line. Then how do you derive profitable schemes to retain the valued customers, also pull the prospective customers? With the help of analysis, with the help of machine learning, you need to identify the good customers and provide offers to increase their purchase. You need to attract the good customers, provide offer to increase the purchase. That will help you to earn more, institute growth will move up. Then the last one, client wants to see the percentage of loss, compare with the last 3 quarters in the financial year. What will be your solution? How do we do that? And Citigroup is facing downtrend from 3rd quarter, but the credit card shows increased trend in the same quarter. How is it possible? This all can be answered with the help of application of appropriate, effective machine learning models, resolve the challenges, right? That's a conclusion here, right? So machine learning will derive useful patterns to handle the above set queries. That's a conclusion. I gave just a motivational part of these cases. These are the possible avenues where ML can be applied, right? Finance, insurance, telecommunication, transport, consumer goods, data service providers, utilities. These are all the applications. Credit card analysis, claim fraud analysis, call record analysis, logistic management, promotion analysis, value-added data, power audit analysis, right? These are all little examples only. Nowadays, ML is applied in all the domains. And the PDF. So we'll move on to the ML building. You can minimize. Yes, right. So we need to build a ML model. That's an objective. Not that we can write a small program, run your data, give the output. ML is not such a job. Many people feel that they write a code, execute, give the output. ML is not for it. And moreover, sometimes here, they use ready-made tools and supply the data, take the output. That's also not possible. ML is a module where we need to do many activity as a collection or a capsule, and each component in that module should be effectively configured, then integrated as a whole, one ML model. Then only this ML model can be deployed, because this ML model will be deployed in the real time. In the real time. So it should behave at least 75% accuracy. None of the ML models available with 100% accuracy so far. So we are so fortunate that the less accuracy ML models can be taken up by us and see what is the root cause of those failures. If you try to address those failures, it will become every individual research problem. I usually tell my scholars, ask them to run some problem in the real life, take the failures, extract only the failures, understand what is the root cause from the back end, then take one by one issues, so ask them to solve, come out with the solution, see the outcome, publish it as a research paper. That's the solution. We are not expected to give just coding people in ML. We are a solution providers. Note that if you want to become ML engineer, you are a solution provider, not programmer. You are not recruited for programming job alone in ML area. You are expected to perform the ML design, right? What I'm trying to say here, ML is not a single algorithmic work. It is a set of all work collectively carried out to take a particular business direction, right? So here, this is a formal definition. A computer program is set to learn from experience. A computer program set to learn from experience. That means you are given set of all customer record. 100,000 records I have given to you. That is experience. You need to learn something out of those experience, right? To some class of task T, with respect to some class of task T, what do you mean by that? Out of 100,000 customer records, group A is this type, group B is this type, group C is this type, like that. There are different groups having similarities between the people and with a different pattern. And the performance measures P, if the performance at tasks in T as measured by P improves with experience E, improves with experience E. That's why it said, writing an ML program is not writing the normal program for solving quadratic equation. There and all, you know the problem, you can easily write, see the outcome, calculate and check. But in ML, you won't be able to do that. And ML can be calibrated. Whatever you develop in the first phase, we accept and then deploy and then continuously calibrate your ML model. See that it is not degrading the performance. Assume, and a simple example, which is done in this Karmuttambatti bypass. There is a toll gate. In fact, that module was developed by one company, and that was deployed. During the initial usage by the commuters, it was not properly carried. You would have noticed. நிறைய பேருக்கு அந்த FASTag properly was not read. FASTag was read, money was debited, but it was not approved here. This type of activities many people face. We call these as errors, right? But these errors needs to be reduced. These errors needs to be reduced. So the word called calibration will help us to reduce this type of lack of functionalities, right? That's what experienced by performance. Right, let us not go in depth on this. So many industries now started taking ML as one of the major vertical after they complete their enterprise development solutions, right? You know very well these companies, right? So ML model, what is this ML model? This data plus algorithms equal to MS models. Data plus algorithms. In a normal development process, only the algorithm implementation, only the program alone called as automated software, called as small module. But here, data plus algorithms. Which data? I was telling you about 100,000 records. That 100,000 records is the data. Algorithms, you might be knowing number of algorithms in ML. Number of algorithms. Various refinements in every algorithm. Every algorithm was pre-processed, post-processed, optimized, reconfigured, reinforced. Like that, we have number of algorithms. Let us not go in depth. Assume or take it into mind that we have data, we have set of algorithm. Together, we call it as ML model. Together, we call it as ML model, right? Right. How do we do that? Data plus algorithms. Data, can we take the data and start read? Can we take the data and start pass it to your algorithm? Will your algorithm be able to read the data what is given? First question. Second question. Whatever data you fed into the algorithm, whether the algorithm behaves properly, I'll tell you in the other way. You are very well clear in coding the algorithm in your own comfortable language. You are very well clear in coding the algorithm in the comfortable language. Either C or Python or whatever be the language, you are able to implement this particular algorithm. Algorithm will be working fine. No error in the algorithm. But once you pass this data into that algorithm, performance is not good. Performance is not good. I'll tell you one experience. In 2004, once I got registered my PhD in NIT, my guide did not give me any problem. She started asking me, have you found a problem? I said, I'm just reading many papers. You start reading many papers and tell me back once you find the algorithm. We could not find the algorithm. Myself and another person, we started reading many papers in the campus, in the library. By the time and all, not much papers in the soft copy. We used to take the hard copy and read. Some, whatever be the hard copy, we read. We could not understand anything. And we thought, on reading some medical informatics paper, using data mining, using machine learning, that word alone we were able to understand. We thought we'll develop an ML model for the cancer patient. We decided. We went and consulted many doctors. Nobody supported. Finally, we identified. We read on paper, there one name has been given. Dr. Govindarajan, GVN Cancer Research Foundation. He was one of the authors in the conference paper. So we got really motivated that one doctor is interested in research. So we identified that location. I went to meet him. I met him also. Then he agreed to share some data. I asked him, you share me some data, I'll give you accurate prediction about your patient. Then he asked me, how can you give accurate prediction about my patient? No, give me 100 records. I'll give you accurate prediction. Then he got really curiosity, whether I am able to give a accurate prediction or not. He wants to check. He gave me 100 records. All the records I received, I just prepared. Guys, a little more time, please bear with me. You should be with me only. You cannot think beyond this. Okay? If you want to think beyond this, tell me frankly. All of you should be with me only. None of you should be out of this box. Very clear. This set of records I took, first challenge I identified was, every record has got different data. One lady record, mammogram, X-ray, ECG, many things are there. Another person record, different sets. Somehow, I took 3 or 4 days. Some records, I created a template, fed the data, created one algorithm. You know the algorithm? Naive-based classifier algorithm. Just to check. I wrote coding. I wrote my own coding in C for that algorithm. Executed. I got some results also. Because I did not know what was the diagnosis of every patient. He only knows. So I created the table, went and met him after a week. He saw the records, he saw the results, but he knows every patient's future level. Whether this patient will be alive after 3 years, alive after 5 years, will be cured or not. Like that, he knows the diagnostic trend. But I am giving it. He is checking my results, whether I am able to give little nearer to him. Little nearer to him. He said, out of this 20 records, 7 records, those were all good. But you are telling they are all cancer patients. 7 people are healthy. But my algorithm says they are all cancer patients. Note the point. 7 people are healthy people. My algorithm is telling that these 7 people are cancer patients. He is telling the other one, this is also okay, acceptable. Another 5 people out of this 20, 5 minutes. Another 5 people out of this 20, they are all cancer patients. They are all cancer patients. But my algorithm says they are all healthy. My algorithm says they are all healthy. What is the problem on this? Those people will not be given treatment. After some time, sometimes they may be suffering with their own issues. At one point of time, they may be identified that they are all cancer patients. By that time, it is too late. Their degree of level will be 4th degree, nearing end. So they can't be treated. The conclusion here, whatever model I build is inefficient. Is inefficient. So I learned from their experience that the people who are all really suffering from disease should be identified as patients. People who are all suffering from disease should be identified as patients. That is the first objective. Then what to do? I wrote my N.G.P classifier algorithm very clearly. No error on that. As I told you, you people are very well equipped to write a code. Similarly, I wrote a code very well. I know very well the code is perfect. But where is the error? There were a lot of issues in the data that's referred as data preparation. That's the reason we need to do data preparation first. Then, next one is feature engineering called, as I told you, one record having one set of symptoms, another record having another set of symptoms. I need to handle both of them together. So we have multiple issues there, categories there in feature engineering, and we can resolve all those things. Finally, this model, actual ML will be deployed, actual ML algorithm will be deployed, then the performance will be calibrated, finally the model will be deployed. This is a entire phase, all right? Okay, I'll tell you this, yes. Only with this I'll close, don't worry. Yes. Yes, this you need to know, right? Feature engineering construction having 3 subdegrees. One is feature construction, another one is feature transformation, third one is dimensionality reduction. Within the dimensionality reduction, we have 2, feature selection and feature extraction. Unfortunately, we are all talking about only last, but in the real situation in the industry, we work more on the first 2 also. Feature construction, feature transformation. These 2, if you are clear, very good, right? So right, data preparation, feature engineering, then modeling. Third phase will be modeling. Modeling, as I told you, you are all good in coding. So whatever algorithm I gave you, you will code very well. So that algorithm will be deployed. On performance measures, as I told you, first span I am telling 5 patients not identified as a patients. So I am improving my performance. Next run, 3 patients not identified as a patient. So I am reducing. Then third run, 2 patients. Fourth run, only 1 patient. Okay, that will manually correlate. That way, we can calibrate the ML model before the deployment. Right? Anyway, let me talk much more here beyond this. Thanks for the opportunity. If you have any queries, I'm happy to interact with you. I'm really got motivated in interacting with the people like you. So whatever doubts you have, whatever clarification you have, either you can raise here or you can contact me through my mail. Right? Wish you all the best. As I told you, take everything into your mind, own your concept, learn your concept, implement your concept. Thank you.
We extend our sincere gratitude to Dr. Ilango for sharing his valuable knowledge with us. We invite Dr. R. Kausalya, Professor and Head, Department of Computer Applications, to present the memento to our Honorable Chief Guest. To conclude this enlightening session, we invite Dr. A. Nirmala, Professor and Head, Department of Computer Science with Cognitive Systems, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am pleased to be standing here on behalf of Management, Principal, Faculty of Computer Science to convey my gratitude. Our Chief Guest, Dr. P. Ilango, Group Technical Manager, Engineering and R&D Services, HCL Technologies, Chennai, deserves special recognition for accepting our invitation and being here with us today. I need to mention my deepest sense of appreciation for his views and explanations on database and machine learning. Thank you, sir. I am very much thankful to all our faculty members and our student participants for their active participations. Thank you all.
We request all the students to assemble in seminar hall at 2 o'clock to proceed with next keynote session. 3, ma'am. I repeat, we request all the students to assemble in the seminar hall 3 at 2 o'clock to proceed with the next keynote session. The lunch will be provided outside the arts canteen. I repeat, the lunch will be provided outside the arts canteen.